Hello. So you have your makeup. What's next? All right, so I'm just going to walk you through a quick hack today, beginning with putting your products into your palette. So this is an older palette. This is a palette 4, so it just holds a few. So I'm just literally going to start with the basics. So I'm going to open this palette, and I like to start with my main highlight first. So that is going to be the darkest of your colors. And when you get your product, the highlight name or all the product names are on the front. They're also on the back. So even when you take the lid off, you'll still know the name of it by looking on the back. So for me, my main highlight is Sandy. So it's going to be the darker of your two. Remember, that's the one that should match your skin tone. And I'm just going to slip it in. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my brightening highlight, which for me is White Peach. I'm going to slip that in next. So I've got my main color and my brightener. Then I'm going to take my contour, which this one's been used. This is Astoria. And I'm going to slip that in next. So those are the 3 colors that are going to make up my foundation. And then the last one I'm going to do is my lip and cheek. And this is Black Cherry. And I'm going to slide it right in. Okay, so these are the colors I need. This is an eye color. This is just to do my face. All right, so the first thing I like to do is start with my contour. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of different brushes. If you happen to purchase the detail brush, this is the one I use for my contour. If you didn't purchase this, that's okay. If you purchase the 3D, you can use the pointy end. And if you purchase the blush and bronzer, you can use the smaller end. You're just going to kind of want to push it together. So when I start with my contour, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to dip it in. And my contour is going to go under my cheekbone, around my hairline, and on my jaw. So when you look at me, you should see a 3, okay? So I'm going to, remember, this is the darkest color. Contour has a little bit of a different consistency too. Remember, when I'm different consistency. Let me finish the thought. So I'm gonna just stick it right there. I'm not blending while I go. I'm just putting the product where I want it, kind of stippling it on. Okay, see the 3? And I'm gonna do the other side. We will blend at the end. So I'm just putting the product where I want it to be. This is going again where your face shadows. Now, when I do my jawline, I do blend it down just a little bit, feather it down into my neck, okay? And then I do my main highlight. So again, think main covers most of your face. My favorite way to do it is with the fluffier end of the 3D brush. So again, my main highlight is my darker color. So I'm gonna tap into that, and I'm gonna apply my main highlight where my beard would be. Think of a beard, where a mustache would go. So everywhere that facial hair would go on a man. I'm gonna take it right above my contour on both sides. And I'm gonna kind of do a half moon shape right here under my contour, or yes, under my contour. What I'm avoiding is my eyes, which I actually already have eyeshadow on, but if I didn't, I would be starting with avoiding my eyes. And I'm avoiding kind of a pie shape right under my eye. You'll see why in just a second. So I'm gonna stipple this on. Okay, again, I'm not blending as I go. I'm gonna blend at the end. I'm also applying very little product. Our products are very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. One of the main problems that people often have to begin with is applying too much. So it's always better to start with less. It is buildable, so if you need to put more on. Okay, so you can see I've avoided under my eye. I've avoided between my brows. I didn't put anything down my nose. Okay, that was with my main highlight, my darker of the 2. So I've already applied contour, now I've applied my main highlight. Next is my brightener. And you can use the small end of your 3D brush, or I'm gonna use the small end of my detail. I'm gonna just tap into that color. And I'm gonna go right under my eye. And you're gonna see that your brightening highlight is lighter, right? See that triangle shape I made? So I'm going to brighten in a triangle. Again, I'm just stippling on. I'm going to get between my brows, down the center of my nose. If you want, you can put a touch on your Cupid's bow and on the center of your chin, kind of making a T. Okay, so you can see the difference: main highlight, contour, brightener. Okay, when I have those three on is when I pause and I blend. Now, the very best way to blend is with the blush and bronzer brush with this big fluffy end. You can also use our perfector sponge or a beauty blender that you might have, but using the brush, I'm going to move it in a circular motion, and I'm going to start at the bottom, and as I make circles, I'm kind of pushing it up. The goal is not to smear all the colors together. The goal is just to blend the lines. So watch how this works just here on this one side. So I'm just, again, moving in a circle. I still want the colors to stay where they're placed. I'm just blending the line, okay? Oftentimes people are not heavy-handed enough with their contour. You definitely want to see that darker color there, which that takes some getting used to, but when you're looking at someone from the front, it just is outlining that shadow that you normally have. It's sculpting your face. They say it's like taking 5 pounds off your face. Okay, so see how that side is blended? This side is not. So now let me go ahead and blend this out. Okay, I'm all blended. When I'm up close and personal, you don't see, or you shouldn't see, any of the lines. You should just see the variation in color. Okay, so using my main 4 colors, I have applied my contour, that's the dark, my main highlight, that's the beard area, my brightener is under the eyes, between the brows, down the nose. Last but not least is my lip and cheek. I'm going to use the small end of my blush and bronzer. I like to smile and start kind of at the outside of my brow, and I'm going to go right above that contour line. Tap it on. Now, black cherry's a very bold one, and I picked that so you can see it. Okay, so I put it in place, and then again, I'm just going to blend. So look at the difference when you blend it out. Quite a difference. I like to have my placement of my blush a little higher, and I try to avoid where I just put that brightener. Okay, and there you have it. That's a basic hack, no eyes or anything, but a basic hack to get you started.